Today's lesson is topic 1.7, relating multiplication and division. The objective for today is, I will use arrays to write and complete multiplication and division fact families. Be sure to write down the title in your notes. Problem we're looking at today says this, and in your notes, you do not need to write down this entire problem, but I would like for you to write down the important information, including part of the main question we are solving. How would you use counters to make an array to show 2 times 6? How many different multiplication and division sentences can you write that are represented by the array? Well, if I'm doing 2 times 6 and I need to create an array for this, I would go ahead and have 2 rows that each have 6 x's in them. Well, there's one row of 6. There's my second row of 6. And this time, I'm being asked to write multiplication and division sentences. Well, my first one kind of came from this. I've got 2 times 6, but a whole division sentence or multiplication sentence must have an answer. Well, 2 times 6 is 12. Okay, remembering that in multiplication, it does not matter the order that I multiply my numbers. So another multiplication sentence would be 6 times 2. It doesn't change the answer, so my answer would still be 12. But this time it also asks for my division sentences. When you write division sentences, I start with my large number. Because for division, I start with larger numbers and I get smaller. Well, 12 divided by 6 would be 2. Again, I'm not done yet, because if I were to divide 12 by 2, I would end up with 6. This right here is what we call a fact family. They're all of the multiplication and division facts that are related in a group. In your notes, you are going to define fact family right now. A fact family is a group of related multiplication and division facts. Just like we just solved, we have an array right here. Only this one is 5 columns and 4 rows. So it would give me 4 times 5 equals 20. The other multiplication sentence would be 5 times 4 equals 20. Because remember, with multiplication, it does not matter the order that I write my factors. My answer will still be the same. The division facts always start with my largest number. So 20 divided by 4 equals 5. And 20 divided by 5 equals 4. Again, feel free to pause at any point to get caught up on your visuals and your notes. For the guided practice problems today, you will be completing questions 1, 2, 3, and 4. We are going to do number 1 together right now. Number 1 says to copy and complete each fact family. So in your note, you are writing down everything that you see, and you will be filling in the blanks. 8 times blank equals 32. 32 divided by blank equals 4. Well, in fact families, I'm always working with the same 3 numbers. So on this one, I see an 8, a 32, and a 4. Well, since I'm thinking about my facts and what I know, 8 times 4 equals 32, so I can automatically fill in my first blank, which does allow me to look at my next one, which is 32 divided by blank equals 4. Well, if I know I have to multiply 4 times 8 in order to get 32, this has to be an 8. Looking at my next problem, 32 divided by blank equals blank. Well, I can't divide by 8 because I already did that here. So this time I would do my opposite. On my last multiplication sentence, I'm connecting to what I have at the top. But remember, I cannot write 8 times 4 equals 32 because I already wrote that. So this time I have to switch my factors and do 4 times 8 equals 32. In your notes, I would like to see you solve number 2. And then on numbers 3 and 4, you're writing the fact family for each set of numbers. Just like I listed these 3 numbers out right here to create all of these number sentences, you will do the same thing, only using these sets of 3 numbers. Have all of these completed and ready to show when you bring your notes back to school.